emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 20. ...23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
What's that? 280! Hey, give me radar. Bring it! Shot!
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball!
Throwing is Stafford. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Come up the ball.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's third down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Set up, 15, line, 15 line. Get off the field. Check 3, check 3. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Let go. Run to the ball. Run to the ball.
Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 88 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Middle. Watch the eye.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Here we go. Here we go. 29 is the Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
40 got. 47 to Mike, boy. 47. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Hey, echo.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, 70! Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Mike is 59. Mike is 32. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. From the gun, Stafford. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Jones, operating from the gun. Caught, Safarian-Jenkins, right side. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Pirine. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Under 10, 10. Check 9, check 9.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Johnson. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
53, ready.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jones on the return. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. An NFL update, 2nd quarter now in Jacksonville. The Jets out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The drive starts with a handoff to Pirine. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Now a carry for Pirine, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Get it.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. An update over in Soldier Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Check three. Check out three. Slam. And go.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives. And let's go through goalposts.
DeAndre Baker there defensively.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You're not ready.
Throwing again. Stafford. His throw incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Jones. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Now Jones, flush to his right, and he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 5. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block. Hey, Mike 51. Set the tone, defense.
Jones from the downhill throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Pirine. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Let's go.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Rosas puts this one through. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Elsewhere, a score update from New Orleans, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
A gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed out hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
On the ready.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4. Get it.
Off the play fake. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jared Davis coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Back to throw. Jones setting up the screen for West. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Wide. Get wide. Check. Crunch. There.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Johnson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the 50, it's Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Johnson. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Stafford. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. O'Shane Zimenez in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw, Stafford. Buying time to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins coming in off the corner. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Jones now, off play action, looking for Shepard deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready, set. 52. Mike 52. Don't get nervous. Roll out. 26. Alert 3, alert 3. Look, squeeze. Sponge. No. Whip. Watch the whip. I go. 4.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
30 base. Rush in. Go. Shoot.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Caught on the right side by Jones. Back now at Ford Field as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal. And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's McKissick. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Throwing is Stafford. Now defensively with this lead in the 4th quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything in the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Extra point good by Prater, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
You ready?
At the 25-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Check. Ready.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Jones on 3rd down. Coleman has it here right side. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there, but now it'll be 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'm here all day. Mike 59.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Come on, set. 15 on it. Okay, double. Oh, shit. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Shit. Watch the shit. It's a six.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready? 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Blue there.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones out left. Allison's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He may try and run for them, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. On first down, it's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A carry now for McKissick. Gets around him, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first and 10, Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing again on second and 10. Stafford, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Again, here's Pirine. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Giants, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank